save the best for last here at Central Valley Talk. Good afternoon. Man, it has been such a fun day. We've had so many live local guests as we celebrate what's great about the Central San Joaquin Valley. Austin Reed here, and we are joined now by the one and only Don Scordino of Realty Concepts. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Very good. Thank you.
Have you been busy?
Very busy.
Never ends, huh?
Right. No matter what the market
Right?
is,
Yeah.
no matter what it is, there's always seem to find a way to stay busy.
But you know, I guess it's kind of fun sometimes, right?
Well, and really, a realtor's job is to be a problem solver.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
when problems come up, whether it be a fear-based one or an actual one, it's our job to resolve it.
So, you came today, we were talking just before the interview, you've got some really good statistics in regards to what we are going to see this summer. We'll just say this summer.
Okay.
Everybody obviously is a little concerned. Are you concerned?
My biggest concern is fear, not interest rates.
Okay.
The media, the social media, the talk out there can get fearful.
Yeah.
You know, I've been getting emails saying, "Oh, the big crash is coming, and do you want to be a foreclosure agent? Sign up with us." You know, so they're selling fear.
Right.
And I really doubt we're going to have a foreclosure issue. And now I can't speak 2 years out or 4 years out, but we just had 30% appreciation in the last 2 or 3 years.
Right.
Who's going to walk away from that? And on top of that appreciation, you have your balance is going down as you make your payments.
Okay.
So people should have equity now. They didn't have equity in 2007 because there were so many adjustable rate mortgages, balloon payments. That was more of a financial crisis than a housing crisis.
Yeah, because they were giving, you know what's funny? When I was 18, I bought my first condo. 18 years old. I wasn't even...
Last year?
I wish. Thank you. This was in 2007. So I was only making $16 an hour, 30 hours a week. My, at the time, ex-girlfriend, she was in college. That's right. She wasn't even working. So, yeah, banks aren't doing that anymore.
Oh, no. Now you have to qualify. And anybody that's gotten a loan in the last 12 years, 14 years, I don't want to say it's painful, but it's close because, they ask you for your pay stub, they ask you for your tax returns, and if something doesn't line up, they want a letter of explanation. So people are qualifying now, which is the way it should be.
Right.
If you're borrowing $300,000 from somebody, they should know a lot about you.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. And
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, realistically, that situation in 2007 and 2008 and then in 2009, that was a problem that the banks created.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
all those PhDs didn't think it through.
No, they did not. But that's a good way to look at things compared to, because, yeah, people are like, oh, it's the same thing as 2007. No, it's not. It's not. So, okay. Interest rates are going up, but
Yes.
you have a nice, it's not all bad news.
No. And I'm going to have to go off memory because that fan over there
I know.
blew my paper back over there.
Oh, I'm going to get it for you.
No,
No, I'll get it for you because this is...
But I've got it in memory.
You do? Okay, well then I'll put it right on my desk.
Well, since it's here, let me use it.
All right.
Okay, so this is a 40-year history of the average interest rates for homes.
Okay.
Going back to 1974. So I guess that's more than 40 years. But anyway, it's interesting that for 11 years in a row, from 1979 through 1990, it was all double-digit interest rates, 10%, 14%. I even remember a time where it was 17%. And yet, and people say, oh, well, that's going to drive home prices down. Not necessarily, because other factors are involved, just as back in If you bought I bought a house in 1979 for $44,000.
Okay.
By 1990, it was probably worth 80 or 90,000.
Right.
So the
Right.
value doubled.
Yeah.
Just about, and yet interest rates were really high. And now, if you look at today's rate of 5.5, and of course that moves daily. Oh, and that's something important too. Rates have actually come down in the last week. So
I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay.
they were up towards 6. Now they're closer to 5.5.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, that is still lower than this 44-year history here.
Wow.
48-year. I better do the math.
I'm horrible at math, too. Don't worry.
But here's some math for you.
Okay.
So you might worry, and that's because I have it written down.
Yeah.
Let's say you were going to get a $300,000 loan and you were lucky enough to buy it last winter,
Okay.
when you could have got a 3.5%
Right.
interest rate. But now you have to get a 5.5% interest rate. The difference in the principal and interest is $350. So, and I didn't say only $350 because, that's money to people and even to me, but it's not enough to stop somebody from attaining home ownership.
Now, are you talking $350 for a month extra?
Yeah. So because the interest rate is up 2%, it would cost that buyer or borrower
Sure.
an extra $354 a month
On their mortgage.
on their mortgage. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Now you still got taxes and insurance, principal reduction or principal payments, but that's what it's going to come out to. And yeah, if I'd pull $350 out of my pocket right now, that would hurt. But yet, if you know what it's going to be for the next 10 years, 20 years, I mean, I would love to be able to say that, hey, in the year 2040, I know what my housing cost is going to be.
Right.
And if you're renting with inflation and such, you don't know.
I'll tell you, right now, my wife and I have been desperate to buy since we moved back to Fresno, and it just hasn't worked yet. But my rent is continuing to go up. I'm paying for a 2-bed, 2-bath, small little condo, almost $1,700 a month. Now, that I could probably get a mortgage for that.
Oh yeah,
Right?
you sure can.
So
Then you add in the tax benefits, because you get to write off your mortgage interest. But the good part is that it locks in an inflationary period where everything's going up. It locks in your housing cost.
Right. Now, and couldn't you also refinance at some point if
Sure.
they drop?
If they drop significantly, then yes, you can. And then somebody might say, oh, well, then I'll do an adjustable rate mortgage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on that one.
Okay. Those are a little bit.
Those are the ones that got us in trouble in 2006, 7, because too many people were betting that the interest rates of 6 and 7 were going to go up.
Right.
So they got the adjustables,
Right.
and it didn't work that way.
Well, this is such good information, and quick reminder, of course, Don, you sit on the. Do you still sit on the board of the Fresno Realtors, or you used to, right?
Yeah.
But you. I mean, this is what you do. Your job is to research, and you know your stuff.
Right. Well, and I do research because every week I do the radio show for the association.
Right.
So I have to try to sound halfway smart.
Halfway smart. Well, you do. Now you're on 99.3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They switched.
Well, okay. Our radio show is on 9:40 a.m.
Oh, is that on Kino?
On Kino,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about the K-Jewel little.
Okay, on K-Jewel and 4 other sister stations.
Okay.
I write advertisements for the association.
That's what it is.
And so you'll hear my 1-minute
Yeah.
plugs on there.
Yeah. It always sounds good. So we've got about about a minute and a half left. Anything else that you wanted to kind of discuss this time?
Sure.
Any other advice?
Well, you said it kind of sounds good, those ads that I write. I want you to know where I got good at, and that was back in 4th, 5th, 6th grade. I got detention a lot, and they made me write. So, see, it's paying off now. So don't ever be mad at your teachers.
Right.
It might pay off in future years.
Isn't that so funny? Yeah, it's like when something bad happens, you can turn it into something good.
Yeah, right.
Quick question. Fresno, Madera, Clovis, Visalia, Merced. Are the prices pretty much the average, staying the same, median?
Ooh, that's a good question. Our market is shifting, but it's not downshifting.
Okay.
What is coming off the board is that rapid rise, where maybe the realtor might advise somebody, hey, you should list your home at $300,000, and they listed at $310,000, and they got it anyway.
Right.
Now's the time, listen to your realtor. So it's the rapid rise is off. And a good analogy is we've gone from 90 miles an hour down to 80 miles an hour.
Right.
So we're still moving fast, but that rapid rise is not there.
Inventory still low?
Yeah, inventory's still low, and that's something that'll keep prices up too. Supply and demand.
Huh.
Yeah, the supply is down, the demand is still strong, though not as strong as it was 6 months ago.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, but
And you're on it every day.
Yeah, and I've done this now for 46, 47 years, and I'll tell you that it's always been a roller coaster. And the biggest thing that has affected real estate in all of those years is the fear of what's coming. If people could just buy a home because they want one, they need one, they'd like one, that would be great. But too many people try to time the market just right, and then they lose the real enjoyment of having the home. Right. I bought a home for $200,000. My mother told me I paid too much, and a few years later she was right because the values went down. But then it doubled, and so it was a roller coaster ride, like you said. But none of that mattered because we weren't selling. We bought it for the kids, and to raise a family.
And to have a house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So home is where the heart is. Phone number, Instagram, Facebook, or
Sure.
website?
My phone number, 559-213-0222. Or you can reach me by email, donscordino@realtyconcepts.com. And I'll respond. I'll help out any way I can. Even if somebody just wants advice. I had someone last week. Should I refi or should I sell? I gave them the values, the pros and the cons of each.
Okay.
And I think they're going to refi because they want to keep the house. Right. They didn't really want to sell. So I feel like I did my job.
Well, and you're in the business of helping people, so I'm sure it's gratifying to work with everybody.
Oh, it is.
So, all right, well, when we buy, it'll be either you or Mike Briggs. Who I go with. So.
I would go with Mike Briggs. You want to keep your job, too.
Well, I do. I do want to keep my job. That's true. I'll call you for advice.
There you go.
There you go. Connect with Don again, 559-213-0222.
That's right.
Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much. Good information.
All right. Thank you.
I'm Austin Reed. That's going to do it for Central Valley Talk. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Have a fantastic upcoming weekend, and we'll see you next week. We'll be back Tuesday. Take care.